Never say never. One appearance from a fan-favorite character on the big screen could lead to so many things moving forward. The case of what happened to Tobey Maguire, who's well on his way to reprise his role in a fourth Spider-Man movie, one which was so close to happening a decade ago but never did, up until now. A movie that could become reality for many, even him. Recap. One of the most memorable trilogies to this day has to be Sam Raimi's Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire as a titular character, a trilogy that we remember to this day. And before we continue, we should warn you that there will be spoilers from the latest Spider-Man movie that released a few months ago. And with that out of the way, we are safe to continue. The first movie of the trilogy was released in 2002, with the movie achieving global financial and critical success, grossing $821.7 million. When compared to the budget of $139 million, seems like a very good investment. And with that in mind, Sam Raimi decides to continue the story, which was made possible with the second installment that released in 2004, and 3 years later, in 2007, the third sequel respectively. And even back then, discussions were present about a possible fourth movie of the franchise. However, the anticipated sequel never happened, for various reasons, which we'll discuss further down the line. With the cancellation of the franchise, Tobey Maguire also stepped down from the role, and the franchise was rebooted with Andrew Garfield taking on the mantle of Spider-Man, a reboot that released 2 movies, with The Amazing Spider-Man hitting the theaters in 2012 and the sequel The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014. Sony's Spider-Man didn't stop there, and with a deal between Sony and Marvel, we got to see Tom Holland in the role of Peter Parker, but now with a little bit of a twist, with the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man being part of the bigger and wider MCU. The latest Spider-Man No Way Home movie saw the 3 iterations of Peter Parker in the same universe on the same screen, fighting hand in hand to stop the greater evil, with both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield reprising their roles as their versions of Spidey. The appearance of Maguire in the movie was just enough to start all of the rumors we have right now on our hands. The fourth movie from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, with, of course, Tobey Maguire in the role. We mentioned before that a fourth movie was sort of planned to release, but never came to fruition. The thing you need to know right now is that even back then, Tobey was up for yet another sequel, with Kirsten Dunst, who portrayed the role of Mary Jane Watson, yet to sign on for an upcoming fourth movie. There was even a writer assigned for the movie, James Vanderbilt, the one who wrote the screenplay for Zodiac, but something was off about it, and the sequel fell through. On the outside, there were a lot of hints of the movie gearing up to start production, which was supposed to begin in March 2010, and the release of the movie scheduled to be in May 2011. Recent reports point out that one of the main reasons that the fourth Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie never came to be were story changes and the plot difficulties between the writers of the movie, which eventually slowed down the process and everything fell apart. So close, yet so far.
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate.
As we said before, there were a lot of things coming together, Sam Raimi up for another sequel as well as Tobey, the script fully written, everything in order for the filming of the movie to start, but as it turns out, Spider-Man 4 came to be the movie that Sam Raimi never got to make. So before we move forward, we have one question. Will the movie ever see the light of day? We think it will. It's time, the movie is bound to happen, and we think that we might have something about it that will keep you on the edge of your seats, but you'll have to wait a bit. For better or worse, the fourth Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie was shelved by Sony, that is after the entire plan was laid out, Sam Raimi at the helm and Tobey Maguire reprising his role as the titular character. The sad truth about the movie to this day is that the movie itself never got to see its potential, as it was retired even before the camera started rolling. Recent reports from Screen Rant show that writer James Vanderbilt, who worked on The Amazing Spider-Man movies, had already written a full script about the Spider-Man 4 movie, however, nothing came out of it. One thing led to another, which was the reason why we also got Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, who was able to portray the character in 2 movies, with a possible third sequel, before the plans changed, which ultimately led to the deal between Sony and Marvel to share the next Spider-Man trilogy. And that Tom Holland was chosen for the role, but enough about the others, we're here about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and his fourth movie we never got to see. Which, get this, the moment you have all been waiting for has come. The fourth Spider-Man movie is reportedly already in the works. Yes, you heard us right. Spider-Man 4 reportedly in the works.
Recombination lab. We use synthesized transfer RNA to clone entirely new genome. combined.
Before there was Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, we cannot forget about the OG Tobey Maguire, who was the one to bring one of the biggest comic book characters to life on the big screen. The series' plans for a fourth movie have fallen through, however, that is news from the past, as a decade later we have some exciting news to share with you, which according to many are true as well. A fourth Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie is already in the works at Sony, rebranded to fit the narrative of his last appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home, alongside Andrew and Tom's Spider-Man. And there's no doubt about it, one of the main reasons we think that the fourth movie became a reality is a huge success Sony recently gathered with MCU's Spider-Man, which was probably one of the crucial elements for Sony to even start speculations about a fourth movie coming to fruition. The opening of the multiverse allowed for the previous actors to reprise their respective roles, marking one of the biggest things to happen on the big screen in the last couple of years. For some fans, it was a major tease, which left them wanting for more of the original Spideys. So could this newfound appreciation about the previous Spider-Man mean a new movie on the horizon? It definitely can, as there are already plans made for the upcoming fourth movie, which sadly are kept as one of the biggest secrets out there, and we don't blame them. However, recent rumors suggest that the movie itself will not be what you think, but rather an animated movie that will continue the story of Tobey Maguire as part of the shared Sony Spider-Verse. But these details are not concrete, so don't take our word for it just yet. Many fans have also been campaigning for The Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie, which according to us might happen even sooner than this one. But we might never know until we see how things unfold, when more set-in-stone information is given to the public regarding the topic we are all here for today. Perhaps both of the projects will come hand in hand solely because of just how much money has been hauled by the latest Spider-Man movie, in which two of the Spider-Man we're talking about have taken a part in. Whatever the case may be, we think that we'll be talking for everyone when we say that we'd like to see at least one of the two potential movies come to light. Unfortunately, this is everything we have for you today, but this doesn't mean that there won't be any news coming your way, so keep one eye open at all times.
I want a life of my own. I'm Spider-Man. No more.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below what are your thoughts on Sam Raimi's work he did for Spidey. What are your expectations about the bound-to-happen Spider-Man 4 movie? Which direction would you like to see Tobey Maguire go for his next endeavor with a character? And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.